Hello, friends, wherever and whenever you are watching this video. I'm glad you're with me today. We're beginning a series where we are talking about bread, bath, and beyond. Kind of a funny name, isn't it? Well, you know, in church, sometimes we have bread and we take it together. We call it communion. And it's beyond bread. It's more than just eating bread, right? There's more meaning to it. And there are times when we take a bath in church, but it's more than that as well. It's beyond a bath. And that's what I want to talk to you about right now. I mean, who doesn't like to take a bath? Anyone? Yeah, I know. Some of you probably don't. I've had my fair share of wrestling children into a tub who didn't want to go. Maybe you like being dirty, right? But you gotta clean up once in a while. So maybe you like a shower better. Or maybe you just like playing in the water. What's more fun on a hot summer day than running through a sprinkler or going for a swim in a lake or a pool or the ocean? Or maybe throwing water balloons? That's always fun, isn't it? And you know, water is very important. We need water. We need clean water for cooking and cleaning. As a matter of fact, 50% of our bodies are made up of water. Water is very important. And that's why it was an important sign that was used by a man named John the Baptist in baptizing Jesus. That's what we're remembering today, this special ritual of cleaning that had to do with Jesus and John and the Jordan River. So in church, we have the ritual we call baptism. Maybe you were baptized as a child, much younger than you are now, maybe, when you don't even remember being baptized. Or maybe baptism is something that will happen for you some other time. Regardless, the meaning of the practice is more than simply getting clean or having this water poured on you or sprinkled on you or you are immersed in it in church. It has to do with remembering how present God is to us, how important God is to us, like water is important. So that every time that you drink water, every time you wash your face, every time you go for a run through the sprinkler or throw a water balloon, you can remember that that water represents just how close God is to you, always, all the time, everywhere. Today I'd like to share with you about a girl named Gitanjali. She's an 11-year-old girl who heard about the water crisis in Flint, Michigan, and became determined to help. In 2014, the public drinking water sources became contaminated with lead, a toxic element that can make people very sick if they're exposed to a lot of it. Because this water was the main drinking source for the city of Flint, many people were unable to access clean water for a very long time. Gitanjali actually made a device called a tethys that can measure the content of lead in a water sample. So anyone who has the device that she invented could test their water and find out if it was safe to drink. I want you to know that the water in Flint is safe now, and you don't need to be worried about this. The city replaced lead piping and have corrected the problems that led to the contamination. But Gitanjali went above and beyond to try to help the people of Flint by developing something that can test whether our water is safe or not. This means that we can more easily test water anywhere in the world to find out if it's safe to drink. Gitanjali certainly understood the love of God, didn't she? She understood that because God loved her, she could love other people. As a matter of fact, loving other people was how she proved that she loved God. And we can remember that story in the image of the water and of the sun rising on the beach. Perhaps you could color in the picture that we're sharing that has the sun rising. And remember, in the deep blue color of the ocean, that it represents how deep God's love is for you, how vast, how unending God's love is for you. And in the yellow brightness of the rising sun, you can remember that each day is an opportunity to experience God's love once again, all new every morning. Isn't that wonderful? And after you finish coloring the page, you could put it somewhere so that you're reminded of that, so that when you think about the water that is God's blessing to you, whether it's what you're drinking or what you're washing yourself with, that you can remember that baptism, as special as it is also an everyday thing, that God loves you and shows up and nourishes you like water does. I hope to see you again next week. Until then, take care.